Before we can get into what I think that the housing market is going to be doing in 2024, we need to take a look at 2023, what we saw over the last year, and discuss how it applies to 2024 and what we're going to see in the upcoming year. Please keep in mind that this is all my opinion, and this is not financial advice. However, this is my opinion of what we're going to be seeing in 2024. 2023 was the slowest housing market that we've had since 2008. They're not comparable years. They're very different years. Just in terms of sheer volume of homes that we saw sell, they're pretty comparable in that metric right there. Going into 2024, we're going to see some different things, and a lot of it comes from what we've seen with interest rates over the last year. It was a bit of a shock for a lot of people to go from being able to get around 3% mortgage rates all the way up into the high sevens in some instances. However, at this point, the Federal Reserve is signaling that there will likely be rate cuts over the next year, which they just mentioned in one of their most recent reports. Before that, they were saying that it's going to be higher for longer, and we're not likely to see rate cuts until maybe later in the year. So why are these interest rates so important for the upcoming year? A lot of home sellers are in this pool of people that we would consider affected by the lock-in effect, which is people that have interest rates in that low 3%, sub 4% range, who if they were to sell their home and go buy another property, let's say that they're getting a house with another bedroom because they're expecting a baby, or any sort of life event that could cause someone to want to upsize, downsize. If they went and did that right now and took on one of these current interest rates, their payment would be impacted dramatically. Someone who is downsizing, selling a $500,000 house and going into something that might be $350,000, their payments may not be that significantly different if they go and do that. So people have been kind of holding on and a bit less willing to sell because they don't want to have these current interest rates. That being said, we have already seen some interest rate cuts at this point going into 2024. I actually saw an interest rate for a 30-year fixed loan hit my desk at a 6.15% the other day. That's considering perfect credit. Nonetheless, it's very different than the stuff towards the sevens that we were seeing just weeks ago. So to sum that up, should we see interest rates come down in 2024, we will not only see more buyers entering the market because the rates are more favorable at that point, we will likely also see more homes hitting the market because these people affected by the lock-in effect, they may be more willing to sell with interest rates that are closer to what they had. Should interest rates stay the same, people may get a bit more adjusted to what those rates are looking like, and that may make them a little bit more willing to sell as well. So we'll see what's in store for interest rates in the upcoming year. It could go either way. However, it's very unlikely that we see rates continue to go up based on what the Federal Reserve is telling us at this point. Now let's move on to what housing prices are actually looking like. Through 2023 in Berkshire County, we didn't necessarily see a huge downward shift in prices. We did see a huge shift in the dynamic of seller versus buyer in the market, though. We are no longer in an environment where buyers have to come in incredibly over asking and compete like they had to during the 2021, 2022 years where everything was going crazy over asking and sellers were getting everything that they were demanding. Now buyers have a bit more of an opportunity to negotiate fairer, better terms for themselves in this marketplace, and they don't have to be as accepting of defects within a property. So their inspections are more negotiable, price is more negotiable, terms are more negotiable. I will clarify, this is still a seller's market. This is a very strong market for sellers. However, buyers are just not quite as at a disadvantage as they were during 2021 and 2022. Now to get to the thing that most of you are probably here for, what are home prices going to do in 2024? In my opinion, I think that we'll see what I'm considering to be price compression. So the lower price homes, I think they're likely to continue appreciating, though at a reasonable rate, while those higher price homes, I think we'll see them level out a little bit and come down a little bit. You see, a lot of money was injected into the economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. through the Paycheck Protection Program, and that money went to a lot of upper middle class and upper, more wealthy people who own businesses and whatnot. So they had a lot of extra cash in their pockets to spend, and a lot of that eventually found its way into the real estate market. That money, although it was not something that they had to pay back, I think most of it has kind of found its place and is removed from the market. And the higher price homes, I think that buyer pool is thinking quite a bit more. I think that there's less demand for second homes at this point, while people are sitting on the sidelines and kind of waiting to see what this economy is going to do. However, with the entry-level homes, there are a ton of people that have been waiting on the sidelines, whether it be because they don't want to get into a bidding war or they don't like the interest rates at this point. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out if we see those rates come down to a more reasonable level where some of those buyers will come back into the market, and hopefully that would cause some of these people that are affected by the lock-in effect to put their home on the market to alleviate some of this inventory issue that we've been seeing as well, which is another factor that has been propping up this housing market. To those of you who have been saying, oh, I'm just waiting for the real estate market to crash, I find that to be very, very unlikely here. It's a issue of supply and demand. We don't have enough supply to meet the demand, and in order for the prices to truly crash, we would need a large influx of homes coming on the market and people not scooping them up. So it'll be interesting to see what 2024 has in store for us. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a very exciting year for my career and for real estate. If you're looking to buy or sell in 2024, please reach out to me. My contact information is all below. I look forward to working with you and helping you with your real estate goals. If you agree with what I'm saying, let me know in the comments or hit that like button. If you think that what I'm saying is completely wrong, let me know what your opinion is in the comments as well. I'm happy to hear it. Always happy to have a discussion about anything real estate. Once again, my contact information is below, so you can reach out to me to just discuss the real estate market too, if that's what you'd like to do. Anyway, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'm looking forward to 2024.